Welcome to this video detailing the 8-step journey that occurs when you type google.com into your browser, from a single keystroke to a fully rendered web page. One keystroke kicks off thousands of operations across the global internet. In about 200 milliseconds, your browser interacts with servers across the world, and the Google page appears. Let's break down this process shop by hop. Step 1 is the browser cache check. Before going to the network, your browser checks its local DNS cache. If you visited google.com recently, the IP address is cached, and we skip the DNS lookup. If it's a first visit, the cache misses, and we move on. Step 2 is the DNS lookup. Since the cache missed, the browser asks the DNS resolver for the IP of google.com. This starts a recursive query process involving root, TLD, and authoritative name servers until the IP address is finally found. The IP is then returned to the browser. This slide outlines the 4 recursive queries in the DNS lookup process, from the browser asking the resolver to the resolver getting the authoritative answer and returning the IP address. The browser now knows that google.com is at 142.250.190.78 and caches this result. Step 3 is the TCP handshake. Now that the browser has the IP, it initiates a transmission control protocol connection on port 443 with the Google server. This three-way handshake, SYN-CNACK, establishes a reliable connection ready for data transfer. Step 4 is the TLS handshake. The S in HTTPS requires both sides to agree on encryption keys before any data flows. The client and server exchange hello messages and certificates to establish a secure, encrypted channel. TLS matters because it provides 3 things: encryption of data, authentication of the server via a certificate, and integrity, ensuring that packets are not tampered with. TLS 1.3 is the modern standard, offering a faster and more secure handshake. Step 5 is the HTTP GET request. The browser sends the request for the page, which travels securely inside the encrypted tunnel. The request includes important details like the host, desired content type, and the user agent. Step 6 takes us inside the data center. The request hits a load balancer, which routes it to a less busy backend server. This backend server builds the response, possibly fetching data from a database as needed to personalize the content. Step 7 is the HTTP response. The server packages their response, including the status code 200OK, various headers like content type, and the actual HTML content. This response then travels back across the encrypted connection. Step 8. The browser renders the page. The browser parses HTML and CSS, combines them into a render tree, computes layout, paints the pixels, and composites layers, eventually running any JavaScript. Finally, the first visible paint appears on your screen, marking the completion of the process in about 200 milliseconds. This is the full pipeline, an end-to-end overview. The major steps are DNS lookup, TCP handshake, TLS handshake, HTTP communication, app processing, database query, response, and render. It involves 8 major hops and happens in about 1/5 of a second. By the numbers, the 200 milliseconds are roughly distributed as 20 milliseconds for DNS lookup, 30 milliseconds for TCP handshake, 50 milliseconds for TLS handshake, and 100 milliseconds for HTTP and render. Actual times vary based on distance and network quality, but optimizations like CDNs can speed up the total time. To summarize, the 3 key takeaways are DNS, which translates names to IP addresses, TLS, which secures the connection, and HTTP, the simple request/response language of the web. These 3 elements are fundamental to how the internet operates. Thanks for watching this video. You now have a better understanding of what happens between that single keystroke and the appearance of a web page.